From the newsroom at news.com.au.
We'll start overseas, and there's been a worrying development in Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has now put his nuclear forces on high alert, saying he made the move in response to unfriendly actions by NATO and Western countries. Here's White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
And this is exactly the kind of manufactured threats that President Putin has been using since the beginning of this crisis to justify further aggressive action. What is fact here is that Russia is under no threat from NATO, has never been, is under no threat from Ukraine, has never been.
Back home now, and the flooding emergency in Queensland and New South Wales continues to go from bad to worse. The Brisbane River is expected to peak at 4 metres today, with 140 suburbs under threat from a high tide. Meanwhile, residents in Lismore have been told to evacuate, with flood levels predicted to peak at 13.5 metres. 6 people have died in the floods so far. In other news, Labor has preserved its commanding lead over the coalition in the latest news poll. With fewer than 90 days before the federal election, Labor's primary vote remains on 41%, compared to the coalition's 35%. To sport now, the Australian cricketers have arrived in Pakistan for their first tour in more than 20 years. They've been given presidential-like security, with 4,000 police guarding their hotel in Islamabad. Roads will be blocked off when the players travel to the ground, and their team bus will be shadowed by army helicopters, with snipers to be positioned on buildings surrounding the stadium. To royal news, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were honoured at the NAACP Image Awards over the weekend. They received the President's Award for their work helping a Texas women's shelter, promoting vaccine equity and creating community relief centres.
I think it's safe to say that I come from a very different background than my incredible wife. Yet our lives were brought together for a reason. We share a commitment to a life of service, a responsibility to confront injustice, and a belief that the most often overlooked are the most important to listen to.
And finally, Kim Kardashian has bought herself a new private jet worth $130 million. The plane seats 18 people and is decked out with a cream-coloured interior, cashmere finishes and leather seats. Not bad.
Your update from news.com.au.